Hey,
Live.
hey everybody. Hi, Raphael.
Hello.
How are ya?
Well, it's Friday night. I'm still trying to get warm, hence the vest and slippers, but it's working.
Yay.
How you doing?
Yeah, I'm doing good too. Friday night. Cheers. Clink.
Oh, yes. Ding. Mm,
Yeah. So we live a little ways away from each other now. So
yes.
it's kind of nice. It's cold, it's slippery out there, so it's kind of nice to hang out online. And we thought, why not? Let's stream live into the Facebook world and YouTube world.
Exactly.
So
Sure, Friday night.
yeah, yeah, and it's great because we play off each other when it comes to encouraging each other with intuition and play little games and ways to just broaden our our fun and play. Because to me, when it becomes work, I don't like to do it. I don't like work. How about
I know the feeling.
yeah?
uh, just sometimes getting through the day is work enough, and I don't know. Maybe I'm just getting lazy in my old age. I'm not sure.
Yeah, well, life happens too, right? And things can get a little serious sometimes. And, whether it's in our own personal lives or what's going on out in the world. And sometimes you just need a little cozy space. And I like to play with cards because to me
Mhm.
that just gives me an avenue, right? It's a medium, right? Like TV or internet. It's a medium. So,
Yeah. Yeah.
um, what cards did you bring to play with?
I brought my new cards and
Mm,
yeah,
the Healing Spirits Oracle. Ooh, I love that.
yeah. Actually, this one really jumped out to me just the other day, and my husband actually got them for me, and they were. I just had a very close and very special person pass away just before Christmas, and actually, I haven't even told you this, Lauren. So it really
Well,
reminded me of this very special person, and the energy just screams her, and so on and so
oh,
forth. So they are. I feel connected to her when I'm using them. It's interesting.
ah,
I
I love
know.
that. What a
I
way to
know.
honor her memory, her energy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And the
yeah.
messages that come through just really sounds like her.
Mm, I love that.
Me too.
Yeah. Well, thanks for bringing that. That'll be fun. It'll be fun to get some messages and things like that.
Yes.
I haven't worked with this deck for a while. It's the Work Your Light, which is kind of funny because didn't I just finish saying that I don't want to work? But it's different when you're working
I'll
your
play
light.
with
It's
your
fun. Yeah.
play with your lights.
Mhm. Yeah. Maybe that's the next deck. Hmm.
It could be. You never know. You never know.
Yeah. Yep. I love creating decks, the Oracle decks. One of my next ones is going to be a tarot deck, though. I have one in mind. I've got a few in mind. Actually, you and I are working on a deck right now, aren't we?
We
Playing on a
are.
deck.
Yes. Having fun with the deck.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's basically almost done. Like all the wording, so on and so forth. So yeah, just getting it up and kind of put together. Fine
Yeah.
tuning, I guess.
Yeah. A little fine tuning. I love the how we've gone about it too. We've really put a lot of good energy into the creating of the images, the channeled messages that came through for you. I think it's pretty magical. I think
Mm-hmm.
the channeled messages, it's almost it's almost poetry and invocation. Like it's yeah, it's, I don't know. Is it because we were part of the creative process? I don't know. I'm hoping that when we share it with the world, that that energy will come through. I'm sure it will. It's all intention, right?
Yeah, yeah. I think, like feeling very inspired to do it, right? And so sometimes you just really need to follow your inspiration and see where it leads, right? That's what intuition is all about, like leading you down a road. And it's the trick is to listen to it and obviously have a balanced mind and your feet on the ground and not go to, you know, but have fun and create. And maybe it's just the energy that needed to come out, and maybe it's not for the world, or maybe it's not, but it's just like it's something that is inspirational and has actually helped me get through some hard times, right?
Yeah.
Too.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, that's like the deck that I started, which I haven't finished yet. I started it last year. It's helped me process so much too. I think really in creating the deck that's a big process. Actually, I'm going to segue for just a moment on that because my friend Katya, our friend Katya, she has her 3-day event coming up next week to help you create an oracle deck. In that 3 days, you can create a 25 plus card oracle deck. And that's what I created. I printed this at home, just a printable deck. I created this daily oracle for empathic entrepreneurs in those 3 days. And the cool thing is it's not all 24, like 3 full days, but each day there's lessons and there's connection and there's ways. It's amazing. If you're interested in that, just pop in the chat Oracle, and then I'll connect with you later and give you the link to sign up. It's free. It's really cool. Anyways, little segue there.
And I'm going to segue. Can you pull a card for the collective out of that deck that you just created?
Sure. It's so kind of raw. I don't even have like backs on them, but I definitely can. So there's 30 of them. 3, as you know, is my number, whether it's 3 or 33 or 1 plus 2 is 3. So let's just see what comes up for the collective. Two cards. Find harmony between work and rest. That's what we're doing right now.
I know. That was the theme of today.
Yeah. And when you have to work, today I will embrace each task with positivity.
I love it.
Yeah, they're fun. And I like these because you can print them yourself. So if anyone's interested in getting my printable deck for free, let me know in the chat and I can send you the link. It's, like I said, free. I'm using that word a lot.
They kind of sound like affirmations.
Yeah, they basically are. To me, when I created them, it's like an activation.
Okay.
Right? Some of them are after affirmations, and I feel like when you say them, you are activating the energy. And I think that's a great way for everybody to have to have free will of, you can choose this. It's your choice, what energy you want to bring, right? Same with intuition. Yeah. It's a choice. Like I think I posted on my personal page earlier today something about intuition isn't always right, but it's trusting it anyways, and it's always going to take you in a direction you're meant to go. So yeah, I believe that.
And the last couple of times that we've been speaking, you've really said, or you've really spoken about and shared about words being what is it that you say?
Words are spells.
Yeah. So by saying affirmations, it's like that energy of stepping into that work of maybe creating some magic.
Yeah, like, and who doesn't want to create magic? That to me, that's my mantra of this year, is what I just said. And now I'm I've had a day of kind of forgetting things. What's my name?
Who are
You know,
you?
yeah.
Where am I?
Who am I? Yeah, yeah.
Why do I see myself?
Words are spells. Conjure up the good ones. You know, it's a little
Mhm.
take on, you know, what Mike Dooley says is thoughts become things. It's like, well, words do too. Words are thoughts first, and then they come out. So to me, they have more weight to them because
Mhm.
it's double whammy. You're thinking it and you're speaking it. So you're using two of your human senses. So
Yeah.
why not invoke something amazing? And that's what I love about channeling and how you channel and how things come through you. Just will you call it automatic writing? To me, it's all channeling. Even reading what the card,
Oh yeah.
like intuitively reading what the cards say. And I love that because it's less about needing
Is
to
that
get
your
it right.
dog on
Yeah,
your dog
not
was
he was.
walking on
He's
the back?
way back there. Oh, silly. Hi. He wants to do a puppet show.
Oh, there we go.
Let's
Sorry, I
try to
just
get
saw
him
this
again.
weird thing like crawling along the side of your wall there.
He thinks he's half cat. He's not. It's like, oh, break another leg. Why don't you? No. What did I just say? Words or
Yeah.
spells? You're healthy. You're
Yes.
strong. Go play.
And wise.
Cheers to that.
Yes. Ooh.
You can probably hear him squeaking his toy too. Come on.
I
Good
can.
thing I'm not recording a meditation. Squeak, 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 squeak.
Yes.
So it's your turn. You can pull a card from your beautiful deck
All right.
for the collective.
The collective of what? Having fun? How
Yeah.
to invoke more fun?
Yeah. And we don't always
Why
have to
not?
wait for a Friday night or a weekend. Like to me, there should be a little bit of fun in every day. Elliot, stop. If you have a puppy, you know what that's like. Yes. Okay.
Mm-hmm. So the energies of having fun. Let's see how good my channeling is going on tonight. All right. These might not be the right cards for that. Send out
very
help.
healing.
Yes, they are very, very healing. Send out help to others. So maybe it's about creating a space to help others that are in a rut to get out there and have fun and, you know, what is the word? Work with others to, my brain just went, bzzzt. Oh, Friday night, yes.
It's
But it's
beautiful.
like getting into a group energy and, like getting out there and just with the intention of relaxing, having fun, so on and so forth, but seeking out others
Mhm.
to experience fun, hence you tonight.
Yes. Yay.
And then, yeah.
I was just going to say, what I get from that is sometimes we're so in our own drama and trauma that it, and it's necessary sometimes, but that card to me is saying, get out there and spread your joy with someone else. Cause it's easier to kind of put aside what we're going through to lighten things up a little bit. I don't know if that makes any sense.
Mm-hmm. Well, it really does. And so, it's just sharing that energy. And sometimes not everybody has that energy of being outgoing and trying new experiences, or, you get stuck in a rut or you're going through a really hard time. And that's when you reach out to others, to help support you and uplift you and get you through the hard times. And, like attracts like, or so on and so forth. So, or that energy is contagious. So sometimes we need some really good, positive, fun people out there that we can kind of grasp onto.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And then the other card that just kind of fell out is your spirit guide can lead you but can't do it for you. And so that's just the energy is follow, what would be fun today with that intention. And so, your team's going to work with you, but you actually have to take those steps in order to step in and actually get out and walk into that fun or that creative energy or whatever it is that lights you up a little bit more on the inside.
Yeah, I like
And
that.
create more fun in your space.
Hmm. Yeah, I think sometimes, our spirit guides are our muse. They're the ones that kind of pop the cork, if you will. And we're not talking about wine. Most of ours are screw top. So, but yeah, popping the cork of our getting out of our own way and just finding something inspiring and fun. It's really hard to kind of have this conversation when you have a dog gnawing on your arm and wanting toys and all sorts of things. But oh well, it's just another Friday night. Yay!
Well, he's having fun out with.
Yeah. He's the mascot
Right?
of having fun for sure. Yeah.
We all just need to chew and someone to throw it for us.
Yeah, there you go. Come on, spirit guides. Give me a toy to play with.
For Christmas next year.
Yeah. Speaking of toys, though, using cards is one of my favorite ways to use my intuition. No biting, Elliot. No. It's taught me a lot just by pulling cards and not looking at the book and just kind of exploring what the card says. Right. And I know when we used to work together, you and I, like, pulling a card or playing with a crystal, it was a perfect way to really get out of our own way and just trust what comes through. And having that other person to go, yeah, I get that, and let me add on to that and balance that information.
Yeah, or different insights, because just because one person is seeing it one way doesn't mean that that is like, oh, this is the truth. It's about a collective, right? And so we are all entitled to see things a little bit different. And that's another energy that I love working with people, because I'm allowed to see a different point of view, which helps me grow too.
Yeah, it's true. And it's not the truth, it's a truth, like you say. And it's nice to give people that understanding that they can see it from their point of view and their perspective, and they're not wrong.
No. Yeah,
Let's
it's their truth.
Let's pull another card. What should we pull a card on? Anyone here want a card pull? Pop it in the chat. We'll pull a card for you because it's fun. Yay!
There we go.
I know I brought my tarot cards here, but for some reason I haven't worked with the Work Your Light for a long time, and I was just drawn to it. When I do my tarot after dark, Christina, when she's in the comments, that this is the deck she uses. Maybe that's what spurred me to use it, because it's I love the insight that comes from it. Do you have a question, Raph?
Do I have a question? Let me think. I have so many questions. Okay, I have one. I was okay, should I be doing more intuitive painting? So working on paintings for people's auras.
Painting people's auras?
Yeah.
Me. So when you say painting, which means once you've painted it, it is what it is? Or what's that? What would that look like? Now I'm curious. Let's have a convo.
Well, it was suggesting. I'm like, ooh, I love that. So it was just energetically tuning in to the energies of the person's aura at the present time, and so on and so forth. And so there's great insight with that, and maybe what's going on in their life at this present moment, and to just kind of get a gist of that. So
yeah, I like that.
Yeah,
I like that. I'd like to reword the question from a yes or no, because I
Okay.
think that's a yes, because you're
Really
already
know how
in
to
the
ask yes or no's question. I'm so black and white that way. But reword it all you want.
So, well, you have to agree with the rewording of it. So it's more like, what can you do to embody that as an offering to people? Doing, what did you call
Okay.
it? What did you call it?
Oh, intuitive aura paintings.
Intuitive aura paintings. And then what did I say? Oh my God, I just dropped all the cards except half the deck. I'll be back.
Oh, there we go. A lot of scattered energy going on there.
Yeah, it was time to reset. So two that really caught my eye. Okay, actually there was three. So this one here, let me shift the layout. Tarot Pup,
So
no, you were not doing that. This one's the Council of Light. Divine orchestration, helpers in the spirit, in the subtle realms. So to me, this is ancestor energy calling on that collective council, but it's got all the, the gurus and the deities. Mother Mary, there's Jesus, there's Buddha.
That's beautiful.
So if this was indeed a yes or no question, I would say this is a definite maybe. No, I'm kidding. This is a yes. Yeah, this would be a yes, but it's not a yes or no question. Let me zoom back out again. But I feel like it's saying, you need to expand that and explore it. You won't know until you try, and they're there to support you. Yeah.
Yeah. I actually I felt really excited when it was mentioned to me. I'm like, yeah, I like that. I'm gonna try it.
I like that too. I want more. I'm first.
Okay.
Okay. And then take a break is the next card that came. So it says, take a break. Come on, don't be fuzzy on me.
That's my world. I'm so used to it. Everything's fuzzy on me. There we go.
Take a break. A life's work, not a season. Get off the treadmill. Yeah, to me, life is like a marathon. You don't sprint. You've got to pace yourself. So I feel that how that relates to the question is that it's going to be play for you. It's a break from the normal things that you do, which aren't really normal. You're in the realm of magic all the time, but that's something different. And if it felt like it lit you up, most of the things that, we want to play at do, right?
Yeah.
And then this other one came up, and I think this is a good one too. So it's here. Let me do this again. See if we can get it to zoom. Unbound, releasing soul patterns, contracts, and past lives. So sometimes we don't act on anything because of the filters we have in place. Oh, well, people aren't going to want that, or, whatever comes up, the limiting beliefs, right? So this to me is speaking about releasing those. What do you pick up from that?
Yeah. I'm also picking up that it could be very healing for myself. Painting, and especially intuitive painting and being creative that way, it's a beautiful way to release energies that are stagnant within. And so it really just helps, allow them to come out to the surface in, the energies of putting it out there into, reality. And so it's allowing that process of releasing and clearing.
Yes, I love that.
Yeah.
And
that's
what I like
up.
that you're willing to do it. You know what I mean? Because putting it out there, just asking, is already a step in the right direction.
Oh yeah, yeah. I'm definitely gonna do it. I was just, I'm looking forward to it. It's gonna be fun, but yeah, it's
Yeah.
nice to hear
Yeah, I
that
love that.
she's around too. Yeah.
Yep. Always good to get validation.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. That's a
It's a
big
good
part
thing.
of my intuitive journey was getting validation. You know, it's one thing to kind of play on your own with cards and get your own meaning of it, but if you can't be in a vacuum, you have to start sharing with other people. And I know that sometimes people might be afraid to do that because they're going to be judged, or they have in the past, so they have that energy of, oh no, it'll happen again. But you have to find the right people, the magical people. Like, I love hanging out with people, and the first thing that they say is, you're going to think this is weird, and I'm right in there leaning in. Oh, well, yeah, tell me more. uh,
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, yeah. There's so much, out there that should be shared, and with anything, not just the spiritual world or so on and so forth, right? People hold back their beautiful, kind words or their feelings, or they hide their hearts because they're so afraid of, being judged or being vulnerable, so on and so forth. So it's just like being open to feel confident enough to put that energy out there in any area or aspect of your life. It's huge.
yeah, it is. It's stepping into it, even with the fear.
Oh yeah.
There's fear in everything.
Yeah.
I mean, we all have it. Even people who you think are brave and courageous, there's fear. But do you feed the fear, or do you feed the courage? It's the more you act and you put yourself out there, the easier it gets. It's kind of like going live. I remember the first time we went live. First time I went live by myself, I was scared spitless. I
Yeah,
remember
yeah,
the first time you went live, like we went live, we were at your place, and I'm like, let's do it right now. And you're like, what? Right now? What do you mean?
yeah. I'm like, no. But you know what? The thing, the thing with fear is actually facing it, like looking at it, and it's like, seeing it right in front of your face, and just knowing that it is just an energy, and yes, it's very, very real, so on and so forth. But in order to get through that fear, you have to walk through it
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
step into it and feel it. Like, I've been thinking about, I was like petrified of planes. And even the thought of going on a plane, my heart would just start going like this, and I couldn't breathe properly. And I'm like, right. My last trip that like we went on, I had to take 10 planes. And by the end of it, I'm like, oh, that was fun. Let's do it again. And so it's just like you have to step into it, or like step onto like a plane.
Yeah.
And
Right.
it's to get me to that destination. So the destination of, I went to a beautiful, wonderful place, but also the destination of getting over that fear.
Yeah. Destination to courage. I love that. Oh, Christina's here. Hi. She remembers our lives so fondly. Well, look at us. We're doing it again. It's a reunion. Happy
I
Friday.
know.
Yeah, and I agree with that. I was going to say something now, and it was about facing the fear. And I find that when we're in our head a lot about it, we build it up worse than it actually is. So when you can actually take it out, physically see it, or whatever, it's usually not as bad, or we deem it's not as bad because we got through it. Like, I mean, if you don't die, clearly you overcame it, right? Until the next time, of course, but it gets smaller and smaller. It's almost like, when your child is afraid of the dark, or something in the closet or under the bed, and you just kind of you show them there's nothing there. That is facing a fear, if you put it into really elementary terms. So
Hmm. Hmm.
yeah.
But even if, like it's, this past year has been many people did I lose? 5? 4? Anyways, very, very close people. Okay,
Yeah.
4. So 5 within the last kind of 2 years. And
Right.
and and that was one of my biggest fears, is losing people that I was super close to. And it's hard, but you can't run from it. You have to face it and gradually walk through it and feel it. And so, like, fear is like experiencing it and allowing that fear to take hold within, and that's where the energy is of overcoming it, by actually feeling it and seeing it for what it is.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, it's so true.
Yeah, and sometimes there are monsters underneath the bed.
Yeah. Well, that's right. And
But
you
you have
lift
to
it up and you see it's there. And yeah, it's the not knowing, I think, is worse. And Christina's saying it takes such courage to face your fears. And yeah, totally does. And I know for me, not anywhere near what you've gone through, but just the fears, the everyday fears we have. Like, when I used to ride a motorcycle and we would go on group trips, and always kind of in the back of my mind, it'd be like, sometimes we go in some remote areas, and it'd be like, oof, what if something were to happen? And then one year something did, and it all seemed to work out. It was like the angels were with me, because we weren't, even though we were kind of in the middle of nowhere, we were only 2 miles from a small town. And so I was able to hop on the back of the motorcycle with somebody else while mine was, being, I don't know, I can't remember what they ended up doing with it. And the town, and I had a fear. Well, first of all, on the bike, I'm like, thank you, angels, for I'm okay, other than my knee injury. But then I had a bit of a fear, because I know some of these small towns don't like motorcyclists and stuff. So it's like, what kind of reception are we going to get? Right. And it turns out,
what is it like, where they're like the banjo's playing?
Oh God, yeah. I can't remember what.
During that.
Exactly, right? That's, but the funny thing is, they were actually having a little car and motorcycle show at the time. I'm like, what are the odds? And they had these little booths set up, and they had this ambulance there that was like, come and look. So I was able to actually sit in the ambulance, and they bundled me up. And so that was a fear I had. And it's like, okay, it came true. And yet everything worked out.
Oh,
so
I'm going to play that theme song for you every time I see you now.
No, don't. That was like 9 years ago or more.
I don't know. I'm going to do it anyways, because I like it. It brings me joy.
Just like when I come over and you give me the big, huge stemless wine glass that I have to use both hands with.
I love it, because it's like when we used to work together at the store, and you always used to go like this, because you couldn't reach in the case, and your T-Rex.
Short arms. Yeah.
So yeah. Whenever Lorraine comes over to my house, I have to give her the big with no stomp, so she can go like this.
It's scary, because I don't want to drop it. That'd be horrible. You would kick me out for spilling wine unnecessarily.
Oh, believe me, I spill it sometimes. It's usually my house coat, because I'm so bundled up, and I walk past a table, and then my house coat catches it, and it's like, I don't know. Something about, especially, I'm on to my last favorite cup. I think this is the one that you gave me, because I've broken all the other ones.
Oh no. Is that the green one?
No. No, blue.
I don't think that was the one I gave you then.
Okay, maybe I bought these ones, and this is the last blue one.
Aw. Oh, well.
So
yeah. What are you going to do?
5 more?
So let's pull some more cards. Who here would like a card pull? Pop it in the chat. Hopefully I can see you comment. I saw Christina comment, but if anyone else is here, yeah, it happens. Cheers. Yeah. Do you want a card pull, Christina, while we're here? Look what I have. I don't know if you were here earlier when I was saying, oh, I felt like using these today. I also have my tarot, but yeah. So, oh, she says, sure. Anything specific you want to know, or maybe not specific, like, you know, we're in public forum here, but just think about what you want. Or, yeah, I know you love that deck. That's why you got it. Okay, so let's tune into Christina, and we're here to just talk about intuition anyway. So let's just intuit what she needs to know. And I like to just kind of shuffle till the cards flip out for me, but sometimes they don't. So then I have to kind of make that choice. Do I shuffle for an hour until one comes out, or do I just stop and pull the top one?
Thank you. Christina had 5. I'm like, no, I'm not reading 5. So then they just gave me 1.
Oh, there you go. So I've got in here, let me go. It's the crumbling. What are you clinging on to? This to me feels like the Tower card. But it's like, this is great because to me, it's a good segue into what we were talking about, fear, right? There's fear of the unknown. Even if something we know is horrible, sometimes it's easier to deal with than what the unknown is like. But when you break that away, and you can see everything is, the path is opening up, things are blooming. The only way to grow is to get out of your comfort zone. Okay, I know I'm always saying take it with you, but you have to stretch it. You have to be willing to make a bet on yourself. And to me, for you, Christina, it feels like you've been dabbling in something, but to me, this is a shove for you. Like, go do it. That's what I'm picking up for you. What about you, Raph?
I love that. Well, right away, it feels like your energy is conflicting or conflicted right now. And it is, you have opportunities of bringing in to your life something that is super special. And I don't know if this is a symbolism or not, but I was getting an image of a dog for, so it's, like a loyal friend, a loyal companion, so on and so forth, but you're talking yourself out of it. And so I don't know if it's like a dog in reality, or if it is that symbolism of like something that is going to be a loyal, trusted friend, a partner. So that could be anything with work, something that you love, a companion that you can trust and carry with you. So that could be, even painting or doing whatever it is. It's like your trusted energy that you can rely on. So it's like step into it more.
Wow, I love that. That's interesting. Yeah. So let us know how that worked for you, Christina. And then Raph got other cards. Oh, let me.
Card received.
Oh, nice. Your soul will find those you are meant to experience life with. Wow.
And so like I said, already, is that it feels like you're really, really, really holding back of making a yes or no decision, or it's almost like, well, this and this can happen, or I can't do it because, my responsibilities here or there. So it feels to me that you just need to just do it and step into it. That energy of the unknown will make itself clear once you do make that decision. So whatever decision it is, I say jump.
Jump. Yeah, I love that. Yeah, it's interesting how the readings seem to go with the conversation too, because we were talking about fear and letting that go and trusting, and And I think it's so true we don't have to do it alone, even though it's our own decision, and we have to live with the consequences, which can be good or whatever. But to share with someone, that vulnerability is such an important social skill to have. And I know growing up, we were taught to be strong and not show that. And our parents didn't show that to us for the most part. But vulnerability and fear and those things that really kind of creepy crawl in the night and in our hearts, that's what needs to be addressed. It's easy to look like you're happy and having fun and adventures. The work, which we're trying to do play here, but the play is to release that, so there's more lightness as well. And then Christina saying, love that. I have some big opportunities and feels like, wow, I am really excited, but unsure if it will work. Trusting is good. New relationships are being formed. Nice. Yeah, you're welcome. I would focus on that excitement. You say, I'm really excited, but unsure if it'll work. Don't worry if it'll work or not. Focus on the excitement, because that's the energy. That's the vitality and the essence that we live for. Whether it works or not is irrelevant. That's what feeds you. That's what feeds your soul. And this is, when we're on our deathbed, do we want to have regrets over something that really is meaningless? Or do we want to look back and go, I'm really glad I made those mistakes. I learned from them. I'm really glad I made that choice because, wow, it created the best part of my life. Off my soapbox now.
Yeah, I think life is all about experiencing. And so, it's so many people get stuck in the rut of having to do. And it's just like, I don't know. I think life is called life for a reason. You're supposed to experience life, and have fun. Of course, do the tasks that need to do and so on and so forth. And I give people credit for being able to go out there and, do something that is very difficult and wears the heck out of you. And
Yeah.
I give them credit for that. But at the same time, it's about balance.
Exactly. Yeah. No regrets. You're right. I need to enjoy the energy. Yeah. Especially if it's exciting and it gives you excitement. Because that, if not that, what? Yeah. Good to see you, Simone. Hi.
Hello.
If you want a card pull, pop in the chat. Come on, you guys, don't be polite. Any excuse for us to pull cards, you know that.
And I think that was then a symbolism of like the energy of like a companion, like a dog energy, and making that decision that she might find her people and with these new opportunities too.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
take that
And
chance.
I think, go ahead.
I'm done.
Oh, I missed what you last said because I talked over you. So.
I was just saying, take that chance. It feels good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah, I don't remember what I was going to say. It's probably all BS.
Must have been a lie.
Yeah. So Simone says, "Hi, ladies. Just got here. Love a card. Cool. Christina says, I embrace new people. Oh, yeah, I know what it was. Often we're afraid that we're not going to fit in, right? Or maybe that's just me. But you don't know till you try. And sometimes you end up being the one that brings other people together and of like mind. And that's a really cool feeling too, when you figure you'll be the oddball out. And then next thing you know, a bunch of you oddballs are together and you're not the odd one out anymore. All right, let's pull for Simone.
Okay.
I make myself fit in. You do, I don't know. I've known Simone for I don't want to age ourselves, but for very long decades upon decades. And we hit it off instantly. And every time I see Simone, she'd be my wing woman, because she has no problem going over there and talking to people and be like, oh, I can hang along with that, and just kind of stand there. But yeah, I love that. I would love to be able to do that, but then again, it wouldn't be me. So, or I could just pretend I'm rocking my inner Simone then.
There you go. Love it.
Okay, let's pull a card for Simone and see what comes up. Interesting. Let me zoom in here. Oprah taught me a lot. I love that, Simone. Akasha, come on, zoom in. Your guidance is divinely guided. I love that. Wow, it's beautiful. There's so many different ways that you can go, and it feels like you might be focused just on one thing. And that's okay. That's what we do. But don't, how do I word that? Don't be solely focused that you don't see other opportunities coming to you. That's what I'm picking up right off the bat. But there's many different avenues for you to explore. And I think you know that. I think maybe you feel you have to focus on one direction and maybe take it a little ways, but don't forget the other choices that are there as well. What do you pick up, Raph?
From that card, it feels to me that like the staircase is really jumping out to me. Mm-hmm. And so it feels like I don't know Simone and what does, but it feels like that there is the energies of like having to take a next step, and like a promotion, or standing more in that energy of holding space for people coming along up behind her, and so on and so forth. So like a leadership Could my focus
be on too many places? Well, you know yourself best. And if this card is speaking that to you, because we're talking about intuition, and you feel that, then maybe. But I'm also what I was picking up is that there are many choices, and you just have to, and what Raphael was saying is you just have to start, you take the next step and see where it leads you. Because in this card, it looks like there's so many. There's a little staircase on this side. There's a staircase here. Like to me, all roads lead to Rome is what I'm picking up. No matter which one you take, you're going to get where you need to go.
Yeah. So to me, it feels like she's going to be doing more leadership, more of that energy, stepping in and leading the way for others, and stepping into her truth also. The card that fell out for Simone is send out help to others. And so that's also, that energy of taking charge and leading by example, and maybe, having more of that leadership role, and helping guide the way for other people. So
you pulled that card at the very beginning of our call, right? Isn't that the card you pulled? I'm pretty sure of it.
Yeah, it might have been. Yeah. You know how my memory is.
Yeah, right with mine. Between the two of us, we have half a memory.
Especially at this point in my life right now, but
So yes, on the right path. Yes. Sounds like it. And just, be willing to recalibrate is what's coming to me too. It's not like once you make a decision, you got to follow through to the very end, whatever. To me, it's like, take a few steps. How's this feel? Keep going. And Christina, that could be for you as well. I think everybody could take that advice. I'm going to take that advice.
There we go.
I'm going to drink my own Kool-Aid. Cheers to that.
Cheers.
Let's go out. Trying to do. There we go.
Mm-hmm. Is Simone like a support? Like, Simone, are you like a support person for many people in your life?
She says, I've been showing my girls the right road to travel too. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And
so there we go.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think so. Definitely. You're welcome, Simone. Mm-hmm. Christina, she's always a good advocate to make sure we get cards too. Well, we did pull, mm-hmm. We pulled a little earlier, but, didn't we? I forget already. You should have seen me on my live earlier.
Friday night.
Yeah, it's Friday night. We're allowed to Forgetful Friday night.
Yeah, Forgetful Friday nights. I love it.
Oh my gosh.
And it has nothing to do. I have only had one glass.
3 girls. Husband has 6 months left, etc. Oh, geez.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's not easy. It's not easy.
So, that would be the energy of that staircase, like stepping up and taking charge and being a leader, so on and so forth. And that, she's taking on more of that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
More people to come on.
Yeah.
More so.
For sure.
Yeah. But it feels good. Like it feels that the situation, I'm sorry, is not good, but it feels that you have the ability and the strength and the personality to see the light and to be able to, I hate saying get through it, because it's not about getting through it, but it's about working your way through it slowly for everybody involved.
Yeah, she says life is what and how you handle it. And 100%. Simone, you remind me a lot of Raphael that way, and the strength that she's had to have this past year and this couple of, you both have that resilience, and it's okay to be vulnerable too. Find your people to be vulnerable with, because it's important to honor your heart.
Yeah. There's great strength, actually. I was speaking to a really good friend of mine not that long ago, and I'm like, I was speaking to her, and it's like, your theme for this week or through this day is about being vulnerable. And, there's a great, and you keep on, so it's like there's a message there that keeps on reiterating to myself, is that it's okay to be vulnerable. And, and you can overcome that. And then, like we were talking about the monster underneath the bed, it's not that scary.
Yeah.
The other day, speaking about, my losses this year and everything. And the other day I was, out back, just kind of sitting there and reflecting. And it just felt like my whole energetic system just went, and it looked like a whole bunch, like in my mind's eye, it just felt like broken pieces of glass that just shattered. My whole being just shattered. And in my mind's eye, I'm looking down and I'm like, ooh, that's pretty. Because they were all these broken glass pieces. I know it sounds so weird, and I don't know, grief can do things to you, I guess. But they were just gorgeous. And there was so much light in the broken pieces and fragments. And It was just like that, just still energetically. It's interesting. I don't quite understand it, but I'm just going to go with it. It was actually comforting, even in the worst devastating energetic things that you can go through, or that you've gone through so far in life, that there still can be beauty. And I'm only speaking for myself, with that. And so That's what I
I love
experienced.
that. I think that's really seeing things for what they are in that instant, and it kind of gets you out of the whole story of it and the feelings of it. And I'm saying that from my own experiences too. And yeah, it's interesting. And yeah, Simone was saying, when you can't show vulnerability, like you mentioned, it's hard. Yeah, well, see, the thing is, sometimes in that moment, you can't for whatever reason. There's people, you have to suck it up for the people who are there. But there is a time to save that for a time when you can be. To me,
But it's
that's
not even so
important.
much being vulnerable, like from what I perceive, like my own perspective, it's not so much about being vulnerable to the outside world and everybody around you. The magic is to be vulnerable with self. Oh, it's okay to feel. Oh, I'm thinking this and I'm really feeling these emotions. And like normally in my past would be like, oh, I have no time for this. And I'm just gonna block it and just keep on going because I can't have emotions right now and I can't feel and I can't get, jump into that pool of water. But there's, like so it's about allowing yourself to be vulnerable with self and the feelings and the shit that's going on around you.
Yeah. Yeah, it's uncomfortable sometimes, isn't it? To just be with yourself and be with your thoughts and your feelings. And I know, I can do it because I've been doing it for so long and didn't have that support when I needed it. But I think some people don't realize that that's an important part of things. If you can't be with yourself and allow yourself to be honest with your emotions. And I think when I say that, I think perhaps in the past when I struggled with it was because I was fearful that I would never get myself out of it. And energy's always shifting and changing, even when it might seem to last forever, it doesn't. Things shift and change, our emotions change. There's that we have that ebb and flow. So you just have to trust it. And I feel that when you do face it or you do allow it, is more what I'm feeling in this energy, is it will dissipate, but you have to honor you. And it's not for anybody else. It's for you. It's not for show. It's not for whatever. It's just for you. Yeah. This turned into a different conversation and I love it.
I need a tissue.
Aw.
Yeah, I remember like going through when I was going through that, I got this phase, and I'm just yep. I was so my fear of being vulnerable is like I was so afraid to start crying because I was afraid that I would never stop, right? But
Yeah.
tears are super crazy ass healing, and I don't know where I read this or where I heard this is like when you're feeling grief and allow those tears to fall and don't wipe them away. The tears energetically are supposed to fall to your heart, and so that
Oh,
energy, that connection for healing.
wow. I
And
love
I wish I
that.
had the wise words that I heard when I read this or heard this, but I don't. But that's the gist of it.
That's plenty. I love that. I love that.
Mhm.
So my mouse stopped working. Let's see. Simone says, that's me. That's me. No time. Too many count on me, but I will honor me. You have to make time, right? There is time, even when you're sitting on the can, right? Like there is,
You know what?
there's more time than you give yourself credit for.
Yeah. Or maybe right now is not the time, and there will be time in the future because sometimes you just have to push through it and, be resilient in order to get through it. But when the time does come, honor those beautiful, crazy, intense
Allow them.
emotions and,
Yeah.
let them sit. But I understand that there's probably freaking no time right now for you to even go there.
Yeah. Yeah. But I mean, and it's also, I'm I focus on the words people use. Words are spells, as I say. That's me. No time. Well, there is time. Shifting that. There will be time, or something like that. And then in
Hmm.
order to heal, you have to feel. I love that. It's a good alliteration too.
Hmm.
I love that.
She's a smart cookie.
She
Yeah.
is. Yeah.
Yeah. That's
And
very true.
I told my girls never apologize for crying. The older we get, the wiser we are. Yeah. Yeah. And I agree. Push through this right now. Yep. You know what to do. We're all intuitive. Sometimes it's harder for ourselves, and yet that's a mindset we give ourselves. It doesn't have to be. Raphael's always teaching me that.
What mindset or what?
No, of just getting out of my own way. And
Oh yeah.
oh yeah.
Hell yeah. Yeah. We put up such big roadblocks for ourselves, and it's like, freaking why?
So friends can come along and go ping, 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 ping. Get rid of those roadblocks. You don't need those.
I know. Yeah. Yeah. It's like giving that like energetic, what is that? Step
Boost?
where you boost to jump over that fence.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like it.
Me too. Well, this has been a super amazing conversation. Thank you, those of you who showed up. And exactly, that's what friends are for.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love it. Well, any last thoughts or words, Raph, before we wrap this up? Night, small.
Any thoughts, last thoughts or words? The energy I feel is to take a little bit of time each day, especially for this weekend. To me, it feels like there's a big energy shift that's happening. And I did a post about that the other day. And it's just like, be present with yourself, even if it's a moment a day, and just find a little bit of beauty and insight each day. There's something that's like breathe in life throughout this weekend and enjoy it.
I love that. I love that. What came to me when you were saying that is hug yourself. If there's other people to hug, great. But if not, and even if, hug yourself. It's funny because this was a way I would connect with my mom when she passed, and I couldn't hug her anymore. I would, I'd be in that vulnerable moment, and it would actually helped me. It really did. It helped me. Because to me, I feel that our arms and our hands, they're connected to our heart. So to give them something to hold and something to do, it just helps the energy.
Yeah. Which also reminds me, I love that, and brought to mind something I did read today too, about placing your heart or your hand on your heart is equal to a hug from another person. And it just kind of brings all your whole energy down. And so if connect to your heart, take a breath and breathe.
It helps to close your eyes when you do. Yeah. I love that. Yeah. It's it's being present with yourself, even if in just this moment, taking a breath, like I've already feel a little more filled up in my heart by just doing that. I didn't realize I actually needed it. So thank you.
We all need hugs. It's a good thing.
It is. Christina says beautiful. Thank you both. We appreciate you too, Christina. Thank you for being here. Simone says, yes, I learned with elderly because they have no human touch in the day, etc. I bet you did. You would be so good with that. But it gave me lots of hugs back. Yeah, that's precious. Beautiful. I love it. Thank you so much, everybody. Enjoy your weekend, and we'll be back again in the future. So
yeah, for Forgetful Friday nights, maybe.
Maybe this might be a regular thing. If you want us to do it, let us know, and we might be able to make it happen.
There you go.
Thanks to you, Simone. I love that. All right. Take care, everybody. Cheers.
Bye-bye.